everybody. This is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is called A Sugar Daddy or a Sugar Mama for You, ? Okay? And we're gonna look and see if a sugar daddy or a sugar mama is in your future, or maybe you are currently dealing with someone that you think could be your sugar daddy or your sugar mama. And you know what's so funny is that I really, that song, there's a song by this woman called Queen Irby, and it's called Sugar Daddy. And look it up, and she spells Queen Q-V-E-N, so like Queen Irby, okay? And H-R-E-B-Y, and the song is called Sugar Daddy, and it's a funny, catchy song. And I woke up one morning and it was in my head, and it was like, my sugar daddy loves me, da 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 da. And I was like, and spirit literally would not let me go from, you know, hearing that song over and over and over. So I was like, well, clearly I need to do a reading on sugar daddies or sugar mamas. And of course, sugar daddy, sugar mama, I mean, there could be an age group or an age difference in the connection you're thinking about. There doesn't necessarily have to be. Some younger people have money too. Or, you know what, you could have your own money, and it also just happens to be that this person has money too and wants to spoil you. So, and it's not just about like having all the money either. It could be just wanting to spoil you in a number of ways, right? And, yeah, although I know a lot of you are going, but I want a sugar daddy or sugar mama, right? And I want them to spoil me with money, right? And so welcome to your reading. And a lot of times it's not even the money, right? It's just the things that you can, like going on nice vacations, going out to great dinners, you know, all the things that you can do as a couple when you've got that coin. Now, for those of you that want to check out the extended reading, we will be having an 18 plus extended reading. And I just wanted to remind everyone as well, so you don't miss any of my videos, make sure to turn on all notifications when you hit the bell notification. And if you have your notifications like turned off on YouTube as a general setting, I don't think the button actually will not show up. So you have to like turn on your YouTube notifications in general and then hit all when you go to my channel, so that you don't miss any of my videos if you enjoy my videos. And do consider subscribing too as well if you enjoy this video or you've enjoyed my videos in the past. And it does help support my channel and help me grow, and also helps other people find my content. And also leaving comments are always appreciated. I love all of your comments. I read them all. I respond to a good majority of them half the time, I feel. It depends on what mood I'm in the day. Some days I'm in a mood of reading the comments and just kind of laughing and chuckling, because a lot of your guys' comments are so funny and awesome. You know, your comments are lovely. And then other days I feel like responding a lot. So it kind of depends on the day. And then another thing too, I will be at some point doing lives on YouTube, and I need to test it out first. But when I do lives, I'm going to allow people that jump on the lives to ask me questions and answer their questions on lives, okay? And I'll also be doing readings. You can ask me questions about the tarot. You can ask me questions about your personal life, whatever it is you want to ask me. Okay, so I'm gonna work on getting that going, and I will definitely announce it when I am going live, so if you can catch it. And I may put up a poll later and just say, you know, what day and time works best, you know, as far as afternoon, evening, etc. Probably evening would work better, I would guess, right? But anyway, this is turning into a long intro. If you want to follow me on my Instagram or TikTok, details for how to do so are below. And also check out my other channel. I have a sister channel called Light of Ascension Tarot, and I do readings on that channel, more having to do with spirituality, mediumship, more like self-help and self-reflection. I do some readings on career as well, topics that don't really have to do with love as much, but are more for your own personal growth and healing. Okay, so to start off this reading, we have the beautiful Ace of Cups and the Fool. So yeah, I love him. He gives me all his money. That's right. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and do it. So we have pile number 1, which is the Dalmatian Jasper. So if you're into this beautiful Dalmatian Jasper heart, you'll choose pile number 1. And this crystal resonates with the energy of Venus, and it's also really good for pets. It also resonates with like your loyal, loving, like, you know, dog friends and cats and all of that, mainly dogs. But so if you're a pet person and you love dogs, etc., you may think about choosing pile number 1 or this Dalmatian heart Jasper. For pile number 2, we have the copper pyramid. And copper, of course, is a metal, and it's not necessarily a crystal per se. It's found in the earth, so I guess you could say it is. But I got this beautiful copper pyramid at a crystal shop here in Austin, Texas, and it's super cool. It's super, super cool. It reminds me of, you know, the Luxor in Las Vegas. Those of you that are like, I want a sugar daddy to take me to Las Vegas and have fun and gamble and all of that. Okay, well, here you are, pile number 2. And copper, of course, also resonates with the energy of Venus. So we have 2 Venus choices here, which is great for love. And for the third choice, we have the beautiful rainbow aura quartz. And rainbow aura quartz is basically a clear quartz that, because of various processes that were done to it, now, you know, produces this beautiful rainbow shine. And I don't even know, the camera probably doesn't even do it justice here, but this is a really beautiful piece of rainbow aura quartz that I recently got. And rainbow aura quartz is associated with all 7 chakras, okay? So pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. And of course you can watch more than one pile if you really want to get in on the fun. And we are going to go ahead and get into it. So let's do it. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. Thank you, Spirit, and let's go. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the Dalmatian Jasper heart. Thank you for being here today. And today's reading is called Sugar Daddy or Mama for You. Okay, so we're going to look at, is there a sugar daddy or a sugar mama in store for you, pile number 1. And I was telling everyone in the intro, this song came to me, the song Queen by Queen Irby called Sugar Daddy. It's such a cute, catchy song, and it literally was on repeat in my head. So I was like, we got to do a reading on this. And the other thing I wanted to mention, for those of you that would like to follow me to the extended reading, you can click the link below in my description box. It'll take you directly to my Vimeo channel. It's straight up 10 o'clock. We will get 18 plus in the extended reading. So let's go ahead and tap into the energy. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the beautiful energy, hopeful, happy, and loving, and smiling energy of my pile number 1s with the brilliant smiles. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. Pile number 1, let's do it. All right, I don't know why it's in my head, maybe because, but are you guys watching on TikTok? Are you watching all those sorority girls that are pledging into different sororities in the South? Anyway, I just had to mention it. Maybe somebody here watching this is going through that now, or has gone through that in the past, or people that are just college aged. But let's go ahead and get into it for my gorgeous pile number 1s. We have communication, 14. So there definitely is going to be some opportunity for you to get to know someone who is a little bit older with a little bit more money, right? Sugar daddy loves you. He gives you all his money. Okay. There's definitely going to be an opportunity for you to talk and to get to know someone and to connect with someone. And when we talk about communication, we can talk about Mercury, and the 2 signs associated with Mercury are Gemini and Virgo. So let's go ahead and see. Also, too, if you have a sugar daddy or sugar mama that is a Gemini or Virgo, or has that in their chart, Mercury kind of keeps people looking younger. Like a lot of the Geminis that I know, they don't look their age at all. They look quite a bit younger than their actual age. So that's kind of the influence of Mercury there. Ooh, we have Beltane and fertility. Look at it getting hot and spicy. And Beltane happens in the month of May, and it happens in the beginning of May usually. So it's, we could have a Taurus and a Gemini here, or we could have people with strong Venus or Mercury in their chart. And what I'm seeing here is that you are definitely going to have an opportunity to meet with someone, to talk with someone, to spend time with someone, and there is going to be chemistry, all right? Because Beltane is a very sexy holiday in the wheel of the year. It's a very sexy, get together, get hot, get steamy kind of energy. And it's very much like springtime frolicking for sure kind of energy. And we have here the offering. Wow, okay. He loves me. He gives me all his money, right? The offering. So you're definitely going to have an opportunity, I feel, pile number one, to meet someone of, who's confident and a little bit older is what I'm seeing here. And someone's pointing at themselves, I feel like, and saying, it's me, okay? Some of you guys may already be talking to someone and they're like pointing at themselves and saying, it's me, And I feel like this person's trying to kind of let you know, hey, and look at the hand here. Look at the hand. And, right now the fist is a little bit closed. It looks like, the fist is a little bit closed, but, as you get to know someone, right, the fist is opening up a little bit. And we have the moon is kind of in its crescent phase. So kind of the beginning of something here. And, what's in that person's hand anyway, right? Like, what do they have to offer? Interesting. Free spirit. To be a free spirit is to float without walls, to fly without judgment, and to love without conditions. Yeah, and I definitely feel like, you're a free spirit, pile number one, or this person is, or both of you are. And, being a free spirit kind of keeps you looking younger and feeling younger. I've known people who, even women who are in, their early 40s or mid 40s, going out with people who are in their late 20s, early 30s, etc. I mean, whatever works, right? Love is love, right? No conditions, loving without conditions. So talking about this, kind of free spirit energy, right? And somebody who keeps themselves, very youthful in the way that they act. We have Earth Guide. Your sacred calling upon this planet is to simply love and be loved. Yeah, so I talked about Taurus energy or Earth energy, or, Taurus energy could also be that kind of sugar daddy energy, right? Because Taurus, we talk about money and possessions with Taurus, right? And, somebody here, it's so funny. Somebody here is a free spirit and somebody here is a little more seasoned Earth Guide. Somebody here has a few more years on them, or a few, more life experiences on them. Or this person is more experienced and seasoned with life, but their attitude is very youthful, okay? So let's go ahead and see. Some of you guys may have a connection to Alabama or the South as well, is what I'm seeing here. But let's go ahead and get some more energy. We have third eye chakra and communication. So, I mean, yeah, I think intuitively you and this person are going to understand each other, even if there is an age difference and there are different cultural references, right? Like I talked a little bit about Tik Tok. I mean, the older generation, I'm kind of now, I'm an elder millennial, so now I'm in the older generation myself, but people can keep themselves young and fun by kind of keeping up with the times and checking in and all of that. And I feel this person has a very youthful communication style. They're a lot of fun to talk to, and you intuitively get each other, even if you have some different, age groups here. We have, passionate, right? That's coming out under Beltane. And we have Sun and Scorpio here. And, so you could have some Scorpios and some Tauruses, Geminis or Virgos up in this pile, but talking about a passionate, intense, or a mysterious phase. So, you know, people in your life, I feel like her hand is kind of up like this. People in your life may, and I see this person again, they look like a businessman or a businesswoman, right? And this could be for men out there or women out there who are looking for a sugar mama. I also see a sugar mama here, like someone who's very classy, well put together in a beautiful little black dress, and somebody here who's dressed real nice as well too, with their hair kind of slicked back. It looks like you guys are enveloped in this beautiful tango of, you know, sensuality here. And I like it, pile number one. You know, I think some people might be a little bit like, oh, is pile number one going through a phase, right? Is pile number one, and I feel like you guys have your hand up like, don't judge me, right? Like, it's particularly for women that are a little bit older going out with a younger guy, like you may feel like people are judging you, or, you know, or even younger woman going out with an older man, like that people are going to have something to say about it, but the passion between you two is like undeniable. Okay, it's undeniable. Ooh, we have Aquarius, so we could have Aquarius and Scorpio, and we have Sun in Aquarius, or opportunity, and this is coming out under offering. So you are going to have an opportunity here, pile number one, to meet someone and with Aquarius too, readiness for change with the rainbow here. It's like, we're not going to be concerned with what everyone else thinks. Like, what we do behind our doors in our bedroom is our business, and we're not going to be like worried about what everyone else is thinking or doing. And Aquarius is that kind of oddball, quirky energy. Also air signs too, with communication. I mentioned Gemini earlier. Air signs in general to me always seem like they're a little bit younger, you know, like they've got that youthful kind of spirit. So yeah, I think you're definitely going to have an opportunity here. Rebel, of course, with the free spirit, we have rebel. And yeah, challenges authority to affect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs, okay? And rebels out of but a shadow attribute can be rebelling out of peer pressure or fashion, okay? And talking about peer pressure or people around you being like your friends, or that like, really, you're going out with someone, you know, kind of, but I see you guys are free spirits, you know, you got, some of you could have that Aquarius rebellious energy, and you don't really care, all right? Or you're evolving to that energy of not really caring what other people think. It's more about, you know, the communication, like being on the same page, understanding each other, that psychic and intuitive connection that you get with someone. And I feel like some of you guys are like, yeah, intuitively, I know that this energy is kind of shifting for me because I'm thinking about, you know, connections I wouldn't have thought about in the past, like opening myself up to that. Ooh, we have food here, and here she is with this beautiful red apple. And, you know, thinking about the energy of Beltane and Taurus, and going out to expensive meals and being really treated to some fantastic food, having some new experiences, right? We have what is no longer sustaining you in real life. Where do you see yourself in the food chain? Is your life abundant, or are you lacking in any area? Pile number one is the question, okay? So how do we like feed our souls? How do we nourish ourselves, right? Is there an area that you feel is lacking? And look at this bright, shiny red apple, okay? And I think this person's gonna be enticing, yum, yum, yummy food, okay? And some people, like, they get into sugar daddy relationship or mama relationships, and it's like, well, is the other person who's like, you know, if there is an age difference, or, you know, is the other person going to be attracted? Is there going to be, or is it just going to be like forced, you know? And maybe that in the past, it kind of held you back because you're like, ew, you know, I don't want to feel like things are forced or weird, you know? But yeah, you're hungry for something here, pile number one, yummy, yum, yum. And I'm loving the red bow in her hair, and the black hair too, so beautiful, the red and black. Definitely a lot of, you know, red and blacks and oranges and those kind of very passionate colors here with this scorpionic energy. And it's like tasting the apple. Am I ready? You know, it's like being in the Garden of Eden and, you know, the whole concept of sin, pile number 1. Am I ready to taste that fruit? Okay. So let's go ahead and see, with regarding this sugar daddy or mama opportunity, what does pile number 1 need to know about this, Spirit? What does pile number 1 need to know? We have the Chariot. You know, sometimes you just can't help yourself, all right? And you feel like you're on like a singular mission, all right? And, you know, it's like full speed ahead, you know, boink, boink, oink, oink, choo, choo train, right? Oink, oink. I feel like it's saying like wanting all the, you know, yummies, desserts, going out. You're like, should I, shouldn't I, should I? And yeah, I feel like you guys, if you guys met the person, if you felt like physically attracted to someone, you would be like, fuck yeah, sign me up. I'm getting the name like Anne Marie or the name Marie or the name Anne in here too, for sure. And I'm also seeing ADR, the initials ADR. I'm also seeing the word bear here as well, all right? And I'm seeing the initials CDD too as well, okay? But yeah, take me to ecstasy with the Chariot. Take me to my destiny. Deliver me into his arms or her arms, okay? Let's see, what else does pile number 1 need to know about this? Let's see. We have the 2 of Pentacles. I mean, this whole thing of like, you know, I think there's a singularly minded focus here with the Chariot, and focus on, and I feel like the sacral chakra really coming through here. Like, it's gotta feel natural, right? It's gotta feel natural for you. And with the 2 of Pentacles, you may be weighing this out. Like, okay, is this really what I want, right? Like, is this, and it's also like, you know, I love how the coin is here with the moon. It's like money versus feelings, money versus feelings. Should I go ahead with this, right? And I think like if your passions are aligned, then roll with the energy, pile number 1. I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but you know, you're going to make that decision for yourself, like what makes sense to you. But I do see like, you know, the 2 of Pentacles is a Jupiter and Capricorn card. So, you know, I think you're kind of expanding to think, I think in the past, maybe you got involved in a lot of maybe connections with people where, you know, it was more about feelings. It was more about the emotions, and, you know, the heart was more than like maybe the practical, which isn't a bad thing. But I also think you're kind of considering the practical now, pile number 1. You're, because the Dalmatian Jasper to me is like, it's very sweet. It's very loving, very caring energy, very emotional energy too, Venus energy. But it's also like balancing it out with the practical here, okay? But you have to want it, okay? Yeah, you have to want it. Let's see what else. We have the 9 of Swords, and you're like, that's what I was worried about, you know? That, and I'm worried that when I get into the moment, I won't know what to do, right? Or I won't know. And I think, you know, maybe some of you who haven't, there may be some of you here who are more experienced with these dynamics, and you're like, yeah, I've seen, you know, I've seen fire and I've seen rain, and, you know, it can be good and it can be bad, right? And there has to be, especially when you're having sex with someone too, right? I feel like you guys are coming to the understanding now that it has to be, you know, it can't just be all business. There has to be a balance of emotion and, you know, emotion and the practical as well, right? But the emotion and the intensity with the Chariot here is what's going to drive it, okay? And yeah, so Spirit, can you tell me why the 9 of Swords is here? Can you tell me why the 9 of Swords is here? I feel like saying when it comes to this connection, why is the 9 of Swords here? We have the 6 of Swords. So, you know, it's again with the Aquarius energy here too. It's like, you know, kind of, I think, keeping things balanced, first of all, but being a little bit, you may be a bit of your head of your time, you know, pile number one, like free spirit, about the love, you know, love is love without conditions, right? And you have a more kind of developed consciousness about that than maybe some of the people around you, okay? With this Nine of Swords, it's kind of like I said earlier about being a little bit concerned maybe about, you know, what people around you are going to think and if they're going to be kind of dumping their opinions on you. And I don't think you really want to deal with that with the Six of Swords. You're like, just want to stay cool-headed and stay balanced and stay focused and not worry about what everyone else is going to think about this connection. Maybe thinking that it's just, you're just doing it for them, you know, you're just doing it simply for the money, right? And maybe being a little concerned that people will think that. But you know, as long as you know inside yourself, right, with the Chariot, as long as you know inside yourself why this is important to you. And, you know, and I feel this sense of rationalization here with the Six of Swords, like rationalizing it and saying, you know, we get to do so much more together. Two of Pentacles, we have so many more options. And, you know, there is something changing here with you. And we saw this kind of, you know, transformation here, readiness for change. Two of Pentacles, right? And Two of Pentacles is a change card. It is a change agent card. It is called the Lord of Change. So yeah, ready for a change. The Chariot and the Two of Pentacles. Being a little concerned about the environment or maybe how other people will react. Maybe your own father, right? Or your own parents or your peers around you, right? But also with the Six of Swords, like, don't worry so, like, if it hasn't happened yet, don't worry about it. You know, there's no sense in that. And I think you guys know that. You know how to rationalize it and say, you know what, like, you know, love is love. And I think you're going to know the right things to say too. If people have issues with it, you're going to know the right way to sort of explain things, okay? Yeah, we have the Prince of Wands here. This is the Knight of Wands. So, you know, if you were worried about, oh, is there going to be like, you know, sexual attraction here? Is there going to be like, you know, is this going to feel good? Is this going to be, am I going to be tempted? Because I think some of you guys want to be tempted, okay? With this food, you know, she was looking at this red apple like, you know, if it's good, it's good. I want to be tempted, you know? And with the Knight of Wands, I think this person is, I think they're very physically active too. You know, they maybe have older than you, but you know, it's not like they're decrepit, pile number one. They're physically active. They're ready to roll. They're ready to, you know, they may have a gym routine. They may have certain things that they do to stay active. And I think they have a nice body too, actually, you know? So I feel like I'm trying to sell you on this person, pile number one, that could be coming into your future, and they may try to do the same thing to you, kind of like sell you on it as well. But you know, if the chemistry's there, it's there, right? And we have the Three of Swords is on the bottom of the deck, and I think you guys are ready for something new. Like, you're ready for change. You're like, fuck it, I might as well try it, okay? And yeah, so pile number one, we are going to go ahead. For those of you that are already in connections and you're already like, yeah, that kind of describes what I went through when I met this person, and we're in the middle of things and we're communicating and, you know, whatever, then not whatever, but you know what I mean, pile number one. Follow me to the extended reading to my Vimeo channel if you want to go deeper with me. We are going to get 18 plus on the extended reading and go deeper into this connection in general. So thank you so much, pile number one, and take care. Let's go ahead and get into pile number two. All right, pile number two. Let us go there. Let us get into it. All right. Let's do it. 10:20 on my clock right now. Why do I feel like I want to say it's 4:20? Anyway, let's do it. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the Copper Pyramid. It is 10:20 on my clock right now. And just a minute ago, I said, I feel like it's 4:20. It's got to be 4:20 somewhere in the world, right? if there's a 6-hour time difference, okay? But let's go ahead and get into it for my gorgeous pile number twos. And our question today, a sugar daddy or mama for you, question mark, okay? And I kept having this song in my head by Queen Irby called Sugar Daddy. And it's a really cute, funny, catchy song. And I was like, okay, I got to do a reading on this for everyone. And so here we are, pile number 2. And we are going to go ahead and actually have an extended reading as well after your pile. And we'll get deeper into the energy. And we'll even make it 18 plus. Okay, all the juicy details, pile number 2. So let's go ahead and get into your reading today. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the beautiful energy of my wonderful pile number 2s. Yeah. I don't know why I can't get it out of my head, and I've mentioned her before, but that song by Doja Cat, Get Into It. Yeah, it's in my head right now. It's like playing. I don't know if some of you guys have it playing, or you just had it playing, or you were just listening to it. But yeah, all right, let's get into your reading. And let's do it. Let's do it, pile number 2. I also kind of feel like I have to say like a Latina vibe in this pile. It doesn't mean if that's not you, it's not your pile, but I am kind of feeling that energy, okay? And I feel like somebody here just could have had like a family celebration as well, or was just at like someone's birthday, or somebody had like, you know, went to a wedding recently, or somebody went to someone's birthday party, or just some type of thing that happened, okay? Or maybe a baby shower you went to, but some type of an event, I feel, pile number 2, all right? So before we get all into it and all up in it, let's go ahead and channel the reading. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me into my beautiful pile number 2s. Okay, pile number 2. I think I already did that, but you know, I forget things when I'm channeling. It's like, did I just do that or not? But anyway, we are connected. So let's do it, pile. Ooh, delight. I had a feeling this was going to come up, you know, and no wonder I was getting that energy of you guys being at some kind of a party or having fun or dancing with friends or with a big smile on your face, this energy of delight. And you know, with delight comes up, life is good. You know, there's a lot to celebrate. Life is good. And, you know, this delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. And the more delight we feel, the more we invoke in others. And I feel like for you guys, the whole sugar daddy or sugar mama question is like, you know, delight me, inspire me, right? And I feel you're a very fun person to be around, very lighthearted, free-spirited, pile number 2, and people delight in spending time with you. And that energy is very attractive to like a sugar daddy or a sugar mama. So, you know, I think like your personality is going to fit well with that. All right. We have Mabon and balance. So we could have Libra energy here too. This comes, you know, Mabon is in September. And yeah, to me, that tells me we're in August right now. And so that tells me that something cool could be happening. And maybe your birthday is coming up, pile number 2. Maybe you're a Libra or a Virgo and you got a birthday coming up here. And I just feel like, you know, good things for you, right? The energy is balanced. You're getting like treats or gifts, or, you know, people want to spoil you is kind of what that energy is that I'm getting here. And with balance, I also feel like you spoil others as well, pile number 2. Like you care for and spoil others too in your own way. All right. Especially like if you have nieces or nephews or cousins or aunties, or, you know, I just feel you guys also are very loving and open, like to spoil others as well. And because of that, I feel like that energy is kind of returning to you. The ring, holy shit, the ring. Okay, so some of you guys, you may be with someone right now already, or someone in the future, for those of you that aren't with someone, but someone that could actually propose to you or want you to be in their life more long term. You know, maybe you were just at like an engagement party, right? But I feel this energy of, you know, commitment is around you right now, pile number 2, okay? And with the copper pyramid, it becomes more solid every day. So if this energy hasn't reached you yet, it's solidifying, I feel. And with this ring, I also with this ring, I thee wed, right? I also feel that, people wanting to give you gifts, like I said, spoil you. Maybe your birthday is coming up and, you're already talking to someone and they do kind of spoil you, or you would like that in your life. And, with a nice pair of earrings, like I was touching my ears earlier, a beautiful pair of earrings, a beautiful ring, a necklace, right? I mean, jewels, baby. Pile number 2. Talk about jewels. I like the energy. And with this delight, I feel you're very happy. And delight is also card 19. So it doesn't matter what your age is, pile number 2. I feel you have that very youthful, happy spirit. Like, things make you happy. When you're having fun and you're spending time with people, it's like, ooh, and I get that kind of energy from you. Or that if you haven't had that recently, look to the month of September or Virgo or Libra season to kind of bring that back into balance for you. We have magnificence. You are amazing, magnificent, and unique. But most importantly, you are enough. Okay, pile number 2, Spirit wanting to draw attention to that. And I feel like your boo or your future person or your current person is giving you a gift here and saying, yeah, you are magnificent. You are radiant. How lovely. Blue star, follow the light of your inner compass, the blue star. It will lead you to the truth that resides within your soul. Okay, so I feel like somebody telling you, like, you're special to me. I want to show you how special you are. I want to give you a beautiful gift. I could write you a song that would da-da-da-da, right? And, right? And I feel like this person is like, and maybe this person loves music or is a musician of some type, but I feel like that, or maybe it's just that song that's coming to me. If I could write you a song, I would sing along, if you guys know what that song is, leave it in the comments for people. But yeah, interesting. We have Capricorn. Wow. Oh my God. Talk about big baller daddy. All right. Big ballin' daddy, pile number 2, or big ballin' mama, whoever it is, right? But somebody's big ballin', okay? The big balls. Pile number 2, interesting, the sea goat, Capricorn. Yeah, somebody here that's like, you're so hot, you're so cute, you're so fun. Also, Capricorn can be that older kind of energy, right? And somebody kind of delighting in your youthful, fun spirit. Pile number 2, okay? This also, to me, this Capricorn energy is like this person saying, you deserve it. Like, you make my life like so much more fun. You make it so much more interesting. I enjoy you. You add so much color to my life. And, I feel like when this person looks at you, they just shake their head and smile. They're like, damn, pile number 2, okay? So somebody's got their eye on you. We could have Libra and Capricorn energy, but somebody really delighting in your body, mind, and spirit. Pile number 2. Now there it is again. We have Capricorn. You guys may have Capricorn in your chart too. And, they always say with Capricorns, as you get older, you can be kind of more serious when you're younger, or, acting older than your age when you're younger. But as you get older, you get lighter. It's almost like Capricorn's reverse age, okay? And some of you guys could have had, challenging circumstances or challenging situations. But I love your spirit, pile number 2, because it's like, I delight in life now. I delight in happiness, right? And it says, scale mountains to gain a sense of achievement, moon in Capricorn. All right. So having a sense of achievement and balance in your relationships is important, pile number 2. But I also think you're okay with being celebrated and spoiled, okay, which is lovely. Ooh, Virgo. I talked about Libra and Virgo coming up, okay? And this is just talking about, you reap what you sow, endeavor, right? And I think, you deserve what, the beautiful, like, you're very helpful and loving towards others, towards children, towards grandparents, towards, friends, towards, you're a bright shining star. Look at this blue star here, okay? And with this ring, some of you guys could be getting like a sapphire ring, or like a blue stone, or maybe you're just getting a big, beautiful diamond here with this big, beautiful white star. but you know, don't question it. If something really beautiful and lovely comes to you and someone wants to help you and support you, let them, because I think you do that for other people, pile number 2, in a very beautiful way. We have student. Okay, so maybe some of you are studying right now and you're learning, and but you know what, also too, with this Capricorn, I feel like what keeps them young is, you know, openness to lifelong learning. And I feel like, you know, you also teach this person something too. You could be 19 years old or a student at this time, and, you know, you're working really hard in your own life to get ahead, and you've got Capricorn and Virgo energy in your chart, you know, and you may be meeting a Libra, right? It could be reversed, but I feel like, you know, this energy of being a student, humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning, all right? And that's what kind of connects you and this person, right? Is being willing to learn new things, to delight in new things. And maybe you are a student and you have a lot of bills, or you have a lot, you know, you've got a lot that you're doing and you're full-time, and so you can't work, but you are in a period of learning a lot, okay? Or some of you could be students and you're also working full-time and you're like, shit, it's a lot, you know? And I resonate with that as well, pile number 2. When I was in college, I worked full-time mostly the entire time, and in high school I used to work full-time too, so I know how it is. But you know, if somebody came in to kind of take care of you and be there for you, that would be lovely. And you know what? You are a magnificent soul and you deserve that, okay? Ooh, look at you. Card 27, flow. You can't control life's events. You can only control how you deal with them. It's easier to go with the flow, okay? Emotions can overflow unless you release them. So this talks about just, you know, delighting in life, going with the flow. And there could be, like, you know, when we're talking about a sugar daddy or sugar mama, I'm seeing the number 19 and 27. So there could be like an 8-year difference here or something of that. But, you know, 8-year difference isn't that big of an age difference. But when someone's like 20 and the other person's 27 or 28 or 19, that is a bigger difference. And you can be in different life places, right? Like somebody's in school or apprenticing or learning, and the other person's already out, you know, in their flow, doing their career, usually by age 27 at times. So, you know, I mean, keep yourself in the flow, pile number 2, and be happy with who you are and where you're at, because you're beautiful, you're doing great. And I think you're going to hit a real sense of flow in your life coming up here soon, all right? And it's going to make you feel other people wanting to spoil you and take care of you. And it doesn't just have to be this relationship or this person, but it could also be friends and other people who are just like, wow, thank you so much. You know, really balancing out the relationship with you, pile number 2, and making you feel special, okay? So we are all students of life, right? So let's go ahead and see pile number 2. When it comes to this connection for pile number 2, Spirit, what would you like us to know? What would you like us to know? 10 of Cups. All right, you know, going on fun vacations together, enjoying life together. You know, you reap what you sow, and with this Virgo card here, but when you really are helpful and have a wonderful attitude and help take care of others, like good things come to you, right? Pile number 2, you reap what you sow. And with the 10 of Cups, I think, you know, you and this person could have a lot of fun together. And, you know, and this person may have a house, or their family may have a vacation home, or they may have some family money, okay? And they do look a little bit older than you here. And you know, this person may also have children or have a child or young children. But yeah, I mean, I see you having a lot of fun with this person, okay? And doing some really cool things, getting to do some cool things, or even travel to some cool places. You know, does somebody have a house in the Hamptons, pile number 2? Like, what are you doing over here, pile number 2? And I channeled the name in pile number 1, but I'm getting the name Anna and Jenna again, or A and J names, A and J, okay? Also, we could have a male J name here, like Josh or Joshua. But okay, let's go ahead and see what else, Spirit. What else here? We have the Seven of Cups. So, you know, I mean, I think you guys are going to be stacked. Look at all the gifts you're getting. Like somebody gives you a little puppy, somebody gives you some money, somebody gives you their love, somebody gives you some cool toys. I mean, you're just have a big old smile on your face, right? And it's so funny because your friends or the people around you, like one friend is looking at you like, good for you. You're touching your face like, I know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm not going to get over my head. I know what I'm doing here. And one of your friends is like, good for you, you know, like they're looking at you and, you know, all these beautiful gifts that you're getting and how you're being so happy about things. And they're like, well, good for fucking you, you know, and they're like, hell yeah, you know, just like share the bounty with me a little bit if you can, but otherwise, you know, carry on, right? I feel like, and then there's some other friends that are like, you know, they're like, ha ha ha, you know, like they're like, that's so cool, like, you know, take them for all they're worth or whatever. And you're like, no, I swear I'm actually having fun, you know. And somebody, it's not like they're being mean about it, but I also think that they're being kind of, you may have some people around you that are kind of like, yeah, I see what's going on here, you know what I mean, like a little more, you know, and where another friend may be like, well, good for fucking you know. And I see here this person in this business suit here, this gray business suit with dark hair, you know, coming to you and being like, hey, you want this, you want that. And there may actually be more than one sugar daddy or mama that would like to, you know, entice you, pile number 2. There may be more than one. There may be a couple of them, right? And I feel like, you know, I also feel like there's somebody your age that likes you and they have deep feelings for you, but they're not maybe at the level that, you know, they can't provide all the other things that this other person can provide, okay? And I just got the word chipmunks. I don't know why. Chipmunks and a rooftop or a chimney, and I'm also getting like Alvin and the Chipmunks, you know, as like maybe you love that show as a child or you hated it or whatever, but but I am getting it, okay? And Libra just popped out into my hand here as well, the Justice card. I feel like you guys could have multiple, I feel like your friends could have some really funny commentary, you know, on this too, right? But interesting. One's like more supportive, like, yeah, get it, girl or guy, you know, and the other one's like, I see what you're doing, you know, but more than one person is what I feel like here. You could have more than one, you know, your Rolodex is full, pile number 2. Your Rolexes are lining your hands and your Rolodex is full. Let's go ahead and see what else. We have the High Priestess. Okay, so again, I feel like some of the elders in your family, you might be thinking about like a grandparent, because I am getting that kind of grandparent energy in this pile, or older maternal figure, you know, that you really got your sense of value from. It could be a grandpa or a grandma or some elder that in your family line or just around you, could have been a teacher, mentor, but somebody here who, and they may be in spirit at this time with the High Priestess, pile number 2, but somebody, meaning that they've crossed over, but I feel like somebody that you got your sense of values and self-worth from, okay? This person could have been very intuitive and, you know, didn't value material things as much, but instead valued like love and connections and spiritual knowledge and, you know thyself, right? Know thyself, which was the sign hanging over the Oracle of Delhi back in the day. So know thyself, right? And, you know, I feel like some of you guys are like that this person may be like, are you kind of like holding on to what, or maybe it's just your guide or your own inner self here, pile number 2, saying, you know, are you holding on to like the values, the spiritual values, or, you know, a sense of who you are through all of this, right? A sense of what is valuable to you, what matters to you, the deeper side of life, not just kind of the material things, right? And you could be worried that this person is kind of watching you from the spirit world, or even if they're still alive, like watching you and wondering, like, is this kind of getting to your head? Is this kind of like, you know, right? And I feel like, you know, it's like you've got your hand to your cheek, to your temple, and you're like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. But I also feel like you truly have reaped what you've sown, pile number 2, in the sense that you've been there for others, you've been of service, you've endeavored to help other people, and there's just this beautiful, abundant energy that's kind of flowing into your life at a time when you may need it, okay? And but I feel there's just a reminder here to kind of remember your core, remember the lessons of your ancestors. Remember, you know, that grandparent or that figure in your life who taught you about what really matters in life, right? Is the heart, okay? And the happiness that is coming towards you, pile number 2, is very well deserved, right? Like, it is very, you know, is saying you are enough. I feel like this person is coming through and saying you are enough. Whether you have a simple dress or a fancy dress, you are enough, okay? And that's just an example, right? But I feel like it's also like Spirit is wanting to reward you for your service as well, for some things that you've done, pile number 2. So let the abundance flow in. One more, this is more about you and less about this person, pile number 2, but more about, you know, your attitude. The Empress, right? Just let it flow into you. You are enough, okay? You are enough. And the 5 of Wands is on the bottom of the deck. So, you know, you'll know when the energy, like, in looking at travel here, like, there may be somebody that knows that you're going to travel with someone or go somewhere, and it may be someone your own age that you've been in a relationship before with, or that would like to be with you, a friend, and they're like, I can't believe you're going on this trip. I can't believe you're going with this person. And they may be kind of guilting you, and you're like, you know what? I'm going anyway, all right? And I'm getting the M names here, or like Latina names that start with an M, like Moria, or I'm also getting like the Morgans and things like that, okay? But so, or maybe the Morgan as like a goddess here. But, you know, I feel like somebody is trying to convince you to kind of stay back and not go, or like, what are you doing? And maybe kind of playing on some of your own, like, you know, whatever, like your own like sense of like, well, is this right or isn't this right? Am I just using this person, etc.? Maybe kind of playing on that a little bit here. And, you know, and I don't think you want to hurt this person, pile number 2, but I also think that your soul does have a need to experience excitement and fun and travel and try new things and see more of the world and open up and learn things, right? Student of life. And, you know, this abundance that is coming to you, pile number 2, is definitely earned and well received. You have cared for others, you have nurtured others, you have been there for others, and you've thought about others, okay? And, you know, anything that's coming into you now, I feel like, you know, anything that's coming towards you, pile number 2, is yours, okay? And it belongs, you know, you and yourself, you belong to you first and foremost. All right. But if there is abundance and happiness and material things coming in, it's because, you know, you deserve it. Okay, pile number 2. So in the extended reading, my loves, we are going to go ahead and get into it. We may even touch on this 5 of Wands here if you have someone in your life that like a male friend or a female friend, depending on, you know, what you're looking for, but someone who is romantically interested in you still and kind of doesn't want you to be with certain people. They still have feelings for you, right? So we're going to get into that. We're also going to get into this new connection for some of you in this new sugar daddy, sugar mama connection, and we'll get 18 plus on your reading, okay? So thank you so much, pile number 2. Very interesting energy. I like that I was able to do that reading for you, and hopefully you found that meaningful. So take care, pile number 2. Hope to see you again soon. And let's go ahead and move on to pile number 3. Okay. Let's do it. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the Rainbow Aura Quartz, and today's reading is called A Sugar Daddy or Mama for You? Question mark. Is there a sugar daddy or sugar mama coming in for you? And this whole reading came to mind because I had that song by Queen Irby called Sugar Daddy. It's a really funny, cute song. It was like replaying over and over in my head. And I was like, I got it, Spirit. I'll do a reading on it. I'll do a reading on it. Okay. So here we are today, and we are asking that question. If you guys would like to join me on the extended reading after this reading, we will take it to my Vimeo channel. Link will be in the description box below, and we will go further into the energy. We will also get 18 plus on your extended reading. So let's go ahead and do it. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the beautiful, amazing, effervescent energy of my gorgeous, wondrous pile number 3s that chose the Rainbow Aura Quartz. Let's breathe deep. Pile number 3, and settle our minds and our bodies and go into the energy. Okay, pile number 3, let's do it. Let's see. Sugar daddy or sugar. Ooh, we have solar plexus, which was so interesting because as I started your reading, my tummy was hurting a little bit. And, you know, talking about like the solar plexus, our digestion, and just that sense of like, I'm good with the decisions that I'm making, and I'm making them with a clear head, and I'm motivated to do this, okay? And that's the solar plexus chakra. So it says, the solar plexus supports our sense of self, our personal power, our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. It's so funny right now because my left eye is like kind of freaking out right now. I feel like, I don't know if I have something on my contact lens. It just stopped kind of. We'll see how it goes. Interesting. Let's go ahead and get into more energy. Ooh, I love this yellow, very nice yellow energy. And as I'm looking at the Rainbow Aura Quartz, there's more yellow here too. And the color yellow could be big for you right now. We have the Watch Tower of the East. So hail to the guardians of the Watchtowers of the East. And we have springtime. Springtime is a beautiful time for love. Now, we are kind of hitting the end of summer, trailing into the end of summer here in the Northern Hemisphere, but some of you I know are watching in the Southern Hemisphere. And so, you know, hey, springtime could be just kind of around the corner for you here. And I know there's a lot of peeps that watch me from Australia, and so welcome. And I know there's some that watch in like Argentina, Chile, and things like that. So welcome if you're watching from one of the other hemispheres. There's only 2, right? Northern and Southern. But anyway, so pile number 3. There's this silly, goofy energy too, I feel, with this yellow. There's a sense of happiness and also personal power. Now with the solar plexus, a lot of times, like thinking about the sugar daddy aspect of this, it's like, okay, well, I like making decisions for myself. I like to see things grow. I like the ability to do what I want to do. And I'm not sure I want someone kind of butting in on that. Like, sure, it would be cool. It would be nice to, you know, experience that lifestyle, but also I don't really want anybody kind of telling me what to do. I like to do my own thing and be independent, okay? And I can resonate with that pile number 3 because I have felt the same way myself at times in life when it comes to sugar daddies or sugar mamas. But let's see what else comes out. We have the village, okay? It takes a village. I think on one hand, that you're like, you know what, I'm independent, you may be independently wealthy yourself, pile number 3, or you may have your own dreams and ambitions and goals, right? But at the same time, with this village card, I feel like, you know, you flirt with the idea a little bit, like, you know, how would that work, right? If I let someone into my life and let them be more involved and let them have more opinions in my life, would it add to my life and make it more colorful and interesting and allow me to go different places and travel to exotic places? Because I feel like you may like that, pile number 3. Or would it just like limit me and let someone have like way too much influence in my life? Okay, so I feel like you guys may go back and forth with that. Observation. Expand your consciousness by observing the divine matrix of life. I feel like you've observed some of these relationships before, and you may not have liked the power dynamic or how it kind of shrinks people into like, you know, smaller versions of themselves, okay? And we have observation and meditation. So this whole thing of, you know, wanting a sugar daddy or a sugar mama, something you may want to meditate on a little bit. Take a moment to connect to source through quiet, reflective meditation. And I feel like you're a pretty, like, I don't feel like you're super materialistic, pile number 3, okay? Or if you have been in the past, I feel things have shifted, you know? I feel like for you, it's more like you like your own sovereignty and, you know, you like, but the one thing that I think you do enjoy is travel or going to different locations or, you know, going to exotic places or having the opportunity, right? Or even just, you know, how could it change my life in a positive way if I was to, you know, have like a sugar daddy or sugar mama in my life? But I also feel you guys could have Virgo Pisces energy here too, with like a very active Mars in your chart. Like, and I like to do things myself. But I think within yourself, you're like, it's something I've thought about before, but I don't know. You know, it's kind of the energy I'm getting. We have Virgo. I mentioned Virgo, right? So you could have like Mars in Virgo with the solar plexus, fire chakra. You know, you could have that heavy Virgo in your chart. But I feel like, you know, she's standing here. It looks like she's wearing like Crocs and, you know, she's well dressed and everything. But to me, she doesn't look, you know, like overly like materialistic. Very beautiful, you know, hair and makeup is pretty, you know, it's not like overly complicated, right? I feel like it's almost like it's more about the experiences for you. I mean, some people want sugar daddies or sugar mamas because they're like, I got to get my lashes done. I got to get my hair done. I got to get, you know, these pair of Louis Vuittons, Christian, you know, whatever, Louis Vuittons, right? As a purse, Louis Vuitton. I was thinking of the shoes, Louis Vuittons, okay? Like, I got to get the latest Louis Vuittons. I feel like you guys are kind of like, you know, I'll stick with my whatever. I'll stick with my sandals or my Crocs or my Steve Maddens. I'm also getting the name Emma here, or like Pema, okay, as a word. I'm also getting like Audra or Ari or Audra or Aria, or a name like that, okay? Or like an Emma, or a name that sounds like Emma. And Pema Chodron. Isn't that a famous like Buddhist monk who publishes books on meditation? Okay, anyway, you guys may be into that, but because you guys have meditation here, but observation is very Virgo type of energy. And, you know, I just kind of think you guys are like, you know, I don't need like thousands of fucking things. Like, I just want to experience life and, you know, stuff like that. All right. We have Gemini, negotiation. So, you know, there was a path, the two paths diverged, and I took this path, right? It says rise to challenges as a new path opens. So maybe some of you are thinking of moving to a different place, or that you'd like to travel someplace unique. And you're like, well, you know, I guess if I'm going to a new place or trying a new path, I could totally try something different here, you know? And it's so funny because I was just thinking about that that girl from 90 Day Fiance. I think her name is Steph or Stephanie, and she has a channel on TikTok, and I think she's a Virgo. And she has like all the lashes and the hair and all of that. And anyway, I think she has an OnlyFans and stuff, but I don't know why I just thought of her. But we have Virgo and Gemini energy here. So it's kind of like, I need to think about this some more, because I could go one way or I could go the other. I want my freedom to explore and choose my own path, but I'd also love to go to some really unique places and see some beautiful mountains and travel. I feel like go to some national parks and, you know, just go to Vail and ski, you know, whatever it is. I feel like you guys are like down to kind of get out there and try things, especially with this energy of the east and air and springtime and like needing to kind of air it out. I think maybe you guys go online and you see pictures of like these beautiful, stunning cabins up in the middle of these beautiful silent woods and retreats where you can just look out and see like nature right there with you, right? And it's like, fuck, that would be awesome. But yet it's like, you know, $5,000 a night and you're like, you know. So, you know, I get it. Pile number 3, like you want the experience of having a sugar daddy or sugar mama is like opening you up to new experiences, okay? Yeah, opening you up to new experiences. We have awakening here. And it says your deeper resolve rises, awakening, eclipse, and Aquarius. So we have a lot of air. We have Virgo, Gemini, and Aquarius. Well, Virgo is Earth, but we have Gemini and Aquarius here. And, you know, getting some new ideas, right? And like awakening. And I feel like some of you, like definitely about spiritual retreats or going on some really cool adventures and being out in nature. And you're like, yeah, opening up opportunities for you. And we have card 35 and 27 here. So, you know, there could be like a 7-year age gap with you and this person. And, you know, they may be aligned in spirituality and wanting to travel like you are, pile number 3, and they may just have, you know, some money, okay? And maybe you two go and do things together. It's not the worst thing, right? It's not the worst thing. I feel like I'm trying to kind of sell you on the idea of it. Pile number 3, and maybe some of you are like, you don't have to sell me, Natalie. Like if I met someone who was really hot that was 7 years older than me and wanted to take me on some really cool like rainforest vacations, I would fucking go, you know? Hey, we have artist. Okay, yeah, you guys are very, I mean, this is coming out under this Virgo energy, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the 5 senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically, okay? And, you know, talking about like the starving artist and, you know, that whole thing. I don't really, you guys are very hardworking with this Virgo energy. I don't feel like that's you. I just think that, you know, with artist energy, it's like you want to see and go places that inspire you, where you're like, wow, or you'd like to paint like a beautiful, you know, and to me, this looks like flags in the background of different countries and going to different sceneries and nature and painting or doing your artwork there. I mean, how invigorating springtime would that be, right? I mean, that's very invigorating. And I think that side of it does appeal to you. It would just be like meeting a person like that. And, you know, I think here, like you guys may not think it's possible with this awakening, right? Because some of the like sugar daddy, sugar mama relationships that you've seen maybe have just been kind of like blah, you know? But I think you're starting to see that you could meet somebody that is spiritual and artistic like you are, and maybe they've just got like a full-time 9-to-5 job, okay, or something like that. We have wisdom. I just thought of that soundbite on YouTube where they say, you know, my mother told me to marry a rich man, and I told my mother, I am the rich man, right? And I feel like with the solar plexus here and this Virgo energy, you're like, I don't need anybody. Like, I can do all this myself, right? But it, wink, wink, it would be nice, you know? I mean, we've all been there, right? But wisdom, experience and failure often lead to wisdom. Apply wisdom to a present situation. Learn from the spirit world and it's collective knowledge, okay? So you may have tried out a relationship like this in the past and it just sucked. Or you're like, I'd rather fucking be alone, you know? Or you went on some vacation and you didn't like it, you know? Because I'm looking at her face here, very Virgo. Like someone could have taken you to the mountains, because I am seeing like the mountains or skiing, or somebody could have taken you to that kind of a location. And you didn't like that person, and you're like, I'm fucking stuck here now with this person, okay? So we learned that, right? And we don't want to be in that situation in the future. Like, we would rather get to know someone and then kind of see if it works, okay? So yeah, a lot of wisdom, a lot of experience, life experience and wisdom coming through for you, pile number 3. And understanding like if you are going to have a sugar daddy or mama, like what would it bring into your life, okay? And I just have the Queen of Wands here and the 10 of Cups, okay? So, I mean, you're like, yeah, with the artist and the Queen of Wands, like if it allows me to do my art in peace, in beautiful surroundings, by beautiful lakes and rivers and mountains, and I'm happy with someone, like, fuck yeah, you know? And I think that's there. But you know, what also came up was the Devil. So, and it's kind of like, and the Tower is on the bottom of the deck here. It's like, I've tried this before and, you know, I didn't like it, or, you know, there's this sense of being trapped, right? Like, now I'm stuck with this person, or now, you know, I've got to sexually satisfy them, right? Or now there's expectations, right? Now there's certain duties I have to perform. And I can see that you're like, maybe you had experiences with that in the past, pile number 3, and you're like, I'm not gonna freaking go through that again, you know? But one thing I wanna look at for you is, you know, you've obviously learned from these experiences with wisdom here and about what would work for you. I feel with this Virgo energy, you've become a lot more discerning, okay, about through observation and meditation about what it is. Look at this person meditating. This Aquarius is like la 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 la. And I feel like some of you guys could meet a sexy ass Aquarius, like somebody who is bald and sexy, and somebody who is spiritual, and they could have a tattoo on their left arm right here is what I'm seeing. And this person's a power meditator, and they're not super attached to the material, but at the same time, they have material resources, okay? And I feel like some of you could be meeting someone like this. I mean, do you put yourself out there, right? Queen of Wands, are you comfortable being noticed, and do you kind of put yourself out there to meet someone? Because I feel you could, pile number 3, like you could. And the 10 of Pentacles just showed up, right? But also the 10 of Wands was there with it. And so it just tells me, yeah, this is a possible outcome for you, but it's like, well, how would I even go about that? Or how would I get there? Okay, so let's go ahead and see. For those of you that want to meet someone that is not with this Devil energy, but is with this like open-minded Aquarius energy, who wants to go on fabulous, you know, getaways with you and take you to beautiful environments for you to do your art and enjoy life. Like, let's go ahead and see. But you're very independent though with the Queen of Wands. You're always going to be independent, pile number 3. Like, that's your vibe. And you're strong, you know, you've got a strong willpower. You've got a strong mindset. Ooh, there we go. So your cards are kind of flying all over the place. We have the Knight of Cups, the King of Swords, and the 8 of Cups. So maybe some of you recently gave this a try and you're like, oh, I'll go out on a date with this person, and maybe they ghosted, or you thought it was going to be good, but then you were like, nah, I like being alone. I like my space. I like my freedom, right? And, you know, the thing is with Aquarius energy is, you know, Aquariuses generally do like their space and freedom, right? So it could be a good match. Like, there has to be something that keeps something emotional that draws you in with the Knight of Cups here. Like, there has to be an appeal to the emotions, right? And there has to be a willingness to leave room in your life to kind of let someone in. All right. But I definitely feel like some of you guys could have gone on a date recently with an air sign, or talked to someone and you're like, yeah, I don't know, you know, 8 of Cups, you're like, blah, 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 okay? And I'm also getting the name Michael, or the M names. But I feel like you guys could have gone out with someone and it was just like, well, yeah, you know, and they could have said some things or been kind of, you know, just said some things that make you go, yeah, I don't know, I'm not really into that, okay? And like, I tried, I don't know. Let's see what is coming in the future here for my pile number 3s. We have the 2 of Pentacles. So, you know, you're like, should I give this a chance again? Should I, you know, it's ideal, right? Like, it would be ideal to find somebody that kind of checks all the buckets, or checks all the questions, you know, all the bullet points are checked off, pile number 3. But, you know, I think what you guys see is like, there's always a trade-off, right? With the 2 of Pentacles, there's always a trade-off. I have to accept this. And, you know, and Spirit is saying, if you want to meet someone like this, then yeah, in life, there's always compromises and trade-offs, but you shouldn't have to compromise yourself, okay? So how would pile number 3 go about meeting this person? We have 6 of Swords. So, you know, there's something about your mindset right now, pile number 3, that needs to kind of be cleared a little bit. And I think, you know, this observation and meditation is what needs to happen first. It could happen within the next 6 months to a year that you meet this person. But I think it's almost more like an equal life partner that you're meeting. You're not focusing on the money aspect of it. Like, there's some life changes with Judgment on the bottom of the deck. Some big shifts in the way that you kind of see things or think about things that could work for you. And it's not about losing your independence. It's about meeting an equal, you know, spiritually, meeting an equal spiritually. And maybe you have different talents and abilities and your bank accounts have different balances in it, but it doesn't mean that you're not equals. It doesn't mean that you're not, but it also depends on how that person treats you. And I get that, pile number 3, you know, and that's where observation comes into play. How does this person treat me, right? Because right now, I think you're in a space where you're like, you know, I don't want to get pulled down into anything that, you know, doesn't work for me, okay? And I get that. But I think, you know, in the next 6 months to a year, you could meet someone like this. It's just a matter of, you know, sort of, you got to kind of wrestle with your own mindset in a way, is what I feel, pile number 3, around this. And maybe some of you recently did meet someone like this and you're wondering, like, should I take this forward? I'm not sure. I don't know how this is going to work out. And we're going to go to the extended reading after this. And we're also going to get 18 plus on the extended reading as well. Okay. We can also look at this double energy, although I don't want to spend a lot of time on it because I feel like you've moved on from that. Okay. Let's get one more card to close the reading for pile number 3, Knight of Swords. I mean, I feel like if there was something that you were like, yeah, I don't know. This person was being kind of like, you know, they were being kind of stubborn or obstinate, and they were, you know, maybe on this date, this person you went out with was pretty tired. They weren't super motivated, or for whatever reason, right? They were feeling kind of drained. Maybe they do have a crazy 9-to-5 job, but I feel this person's like, you know, can sense that you're a little like, I don't know. And I kind of feel like they're going to be very, like, much more communicating with you, trying to get on the same page with you, trying to pursue you, trying to kind of come back into the situation with you and be like, hey, what's up? Okay. So if some of you guys have been dealing with this little back and forth of, I don't know, I'm not sure, I feel this person can sense that, and they're going to try to come back in and like correct some things here with the Knight of Swords. Okay, the Magician is on the bottom of the deck, so leave room for magic in your love life. Okay, pile number 3, we will take it to the extended reading next, my darlings. Best of luck to everybody on your journeys, and take care.